to you from the Hilton Hotel here in Houston, Texas, and our series, 6 Questions for a Martial Arts Legend. I'm here with an old friend of mine, fellow competitor, and a winner of 500 first place trophies in an illustrious career from the East Coast, from Watertown, Mass., my old friend, Rocky DiRico.
Thank you, Mr. Fung.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. I know most of the answers to these questions, but we want our audience to know your history, your legend, your legacy. So, what year did you start your martial arts training and with whom?
I started in 1972 with a friend of mine, Steve McGowan, and after he trained me just a bit, I was so intrigued with training that he suggested I start studying at a formal school in Waltham, Massachusetts called United Studios of Self-Defense.
And United Studios of Self-Defense, is that Grandmaster Steve Damasco?
Well, he eventually became a part of it.
I see. Okay.
It was Fred Villari that started United Studios of Self-Defense.
And Fred Villari was the great Grandmaster who brought Kenpo to the East Coast, is that correct?
Well, in a sense, he's the one that opened up many schools. He had one point, I believe he had over 100. It was actually brought to New England by George Pizzari,
okay,
who trained my future instructor, who was Professor Nick Serio.
And what attracted you to the martial arts?
I was always fascinated with martial arts. I always thought as a kid it was cool, but I knew also my parents wouldn't pay for the lessons. So as soon as I could afford the lessons at about 19 years old, I decided to do it.
Now, you have always been known as a Kenpoist, like myself. Are you still a Kenpoist, or have you evolved to other systems?
I have pretty much evolved. My Kenpo is more like a Japanese Okinawan style, where I use the strong stances, the white uniform, the real strong punches, and I also do Kobudo, which is, of course, the weaponry.
Yes, and you've always been an amazing weapons practitioner and a weapons competitor. And so, who gave you your very first black belt when you were coming up the ranks, and who gave you your last rank?
Okay, my first one was Fred Villari.
Yes.
Promoted me to black belt, Shodan.
Okay.
And my last one was the International Kenpo of Grandmasters. It's a organization that George Pizzari passed down to Grandmaster Steve Nugent, and the whole board promoted me to 10th degree black belt.
That's great. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much.
And that association I know is very much alive. And so what are you doing right now to perpetuate from all your masters what you've learned from day one to right now, and comprising your own system of Kenpo? How are you conveying that to your students? Competition, kata, kumite, weaponry?
Well, I still compete in weapons and forms. I compete in the 60 and over division in NASKA and Crane, our local organization.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as teaching, I teach in 2 of my own schools, and I teach in 3 after-school programs where I go right to the school and teach. So I'm teaching in 5 programs, and I'm trying to share my knowledge, my experiences about some of the specifics that may have happened, about some of my competitors, how I was able to win so many first places. And I enjoy telling them. I said, I was the nicest one there, so they let me win. And then, of course, I tell them the truth. You have to work hard, and if at first you don't succeed, you try and try again, eventually you will succeed.
And so, you're kind of like a surrogate parent and a role model, all rolled into one. That you see these huge trophies come up, and you're their hero also.
Yes, I feel like I'm making a big difference in their lives. I feel like a child cannot be raised by 1 or 2 parents. I really think it takes a village, and I feel like I'm doing my part to help that child become a better adult someday and a better person in society. And I feel like the future is bright with the martial arts.
Finish the sentence for me, my old friend.
Yes.
I remember when.
I remember when there were 5 judges that would judge forms and weapons, and now there's only 3, and they don't drop the high and low, and I think it's unfair.
Righto!
You remember?
I remember.
5 judges drop the
4
high
in the
and low.
corner, 1 in the center.
Yes.
They could see all the beautiful angles that all our forms had.
And I remember when they used to give out 10s, now they won't give out a 10 anymore.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
I think we need to start our own circuit.
5 judges is the only fair way to do it. How can you have 3 judges and all 3 scores count? It's not fair because all it takes is one person and everything is messed up.
You hear that, promoters? Rocky DiRico, Brian Kula, Fung. We were both rated in Karate Illustrated. We say bring back the 5-judge system. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Rocky, thank
Yes,
you
sir.
so much, my brother.
My pleasure.
So good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Mahalo.
Thank you.